Opened back in 2003, have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Philadelphia Eagles. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that's complete to Sanders. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Burrow will throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. As Sanders has it poked free. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. Mahomes now on first down. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Lavonte David. And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. They will throw on first down with Burrow. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll go again with Sanders, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line.
That was well, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly
Sanders. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He's got Smith here. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Burrow. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll work this down inside the 30. On 3rd down, Burrow. Trying for Sanders, but this is intercepted. And the Browns are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Right back to Cooper, and he got him again. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. Now it's Burrow. This is Smith with a grab. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second and 2. Now it's Burrow. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. To the air again, Burrow. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, taking in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the 3rd. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. That is caught left side by Bryant. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the 2nd half.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Chris Jones that time coming in with a tackle behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They run it again with Chubb. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he's got it down to the 28.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Burrow got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 18. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now Burrow. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown from 4 yards out. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. And we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They go play fake. Mahomes. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And again, it's Chubb. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. To throw, Burrow. Into the hands of Sanders. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
They do tack on the extra point as well, and that makes the score 14-7.
Let's go, baby. Let's be smart. Let's play ball. They can't stop us. Oh, let's get it open. Who wants some?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
This one fielded at the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
So now the Eagles down by 7. A minute 37 remaining. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10.
Here's Burrow. Pass complete. Goddard.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock, but I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
And Burrow's saying, let's go, let's go. Burrow. That's swung out wide to Sanders.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Burrow. And once again, this is Sanders. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Second and 5. Throwing, Burrow.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Now Burrow.
He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost at fever pitch. Down 1. It's tempting to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd. Carry it into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Elliott now to have the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25.
The Browns set to take over. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First throw of overtime for Mahomes. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
48 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw taken in by Cooper here.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. It's caught by Sanders. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll make it second down. Well, it'll to maybe take a shot.
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
And that will get him another first down, but the clock certainly working against him.
9 yards that time. Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Sanders here as they run out of the gun.
And that won't help much. Only a yard on first down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment.
Here's 2nd and 9.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. They'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Burrow's throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And, Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Browns are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This being their second opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
So the completion good for just 3. 3rd and 7 now.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mahomes.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Partner, this is a pretty good drive they're putting together. And I know if I'm on the other sideline, that offense, kind of helpless, isn't it? Because they may not touch the football at all, because if they go down and score a touchdown, this thing's over.
Absolutely. That would write an ending to this script. We'll see what happens. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A give running right is Chubb. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Well, the entire game coming down to this kick from Cade York.
And he got it. The kick is good. And they have won it here in double overtime.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.